the grass field today looking at a field that was damaged by the armyworms, and we'll show you the video as we pan through, but this is probably about a 45-acre field, and they came in within 3 days by the thousands, and they've cleaned off about half the field. So you can almost see the direction they were marching in. They kind of took off this way, and the time to really find them is in the early evening time. They'll eat right through the night. By the time 8, 9 o'clock comes around, the sun comes up, they're again hiding at the base of the plants, of the corn plants, or at the grass plants. So they're a bit hard to find until you dig around. You got to have over 5 per square foot to justify the spraying of them. And so basically they came through this field, and within 3 days they took off 15, 20 acres, and it was a neighbor next door on this side that saw them coming over the ditch and into his grass field, and he's the one that got them sprayed. So a field like this, it's not permanent damage, but they have basically taken one whole cut away. So this is something, a brand new insect, and the life cycle basically starts from a moth. They're from the warmer states in Texas and in those areas down there. They'll get up high on the jet stream when the wind blows the correct way. They'll come in, they're looking for something to green the moths, and they'll lay in kind of a condensed area, and they'll all hatch at once normally, and then the army worms start going. They're black and sometimes they're a little bit light beige, but you'll definitely see them. And if you have a problem with them, it's not a question of, you know, you got a few, you literally have thousands of them. They march across the road. One guy phoned me out in DeRoche and said that the neighbor actually phoned them up and said they're marching across the road by the thousands, and he said they're in my swimming pool, they're up my house, they're everywhere. He said, so they did a lot of damage. This field here, there was a cornfield at the end that belongs to their neighbor. They came in there too, and we'll show you some pictures of that too. They ate all the leaves off the bottom of the corn. They were now going on the corn cobs. They ate about 4 rows in. So with a field like this, if you got 5 per square foot and you see a lot of them out there, and you come in the evening time and there's a lot of them chewing away on the corn plants, on the grass plants, what I look for is leaves that are basically eaten, and you see them chewed off, then you know you have them, and then you can start looking around a bit more exactly what's going on. But the life cycle is that it's a moth that comes in and it basically lays its eggs. It'll hatch out within 2 weeks. They turn into these caterpillars or these army worms, and then they are ferocious eaters, and they'll keep eating until a month, month and a half, and then they'll go in the pupa stage, and then again they'll turn into a moth and relay again. They'll go through 2 life cycles in 1 year. Talking to Tracy, the entomologist from Department of Agriculture, she feels they shouldn't overwinter. So come next year or springtime again, there shouldn't be any left. We should start with a clean slate. But she's going to check as well too to make sure the last eggs that these moths have laid, that they don't overwinter. They don't take much in the way of cold. So then again, they've got to come from the warmer states again, blowing on the air currents, and then we start a whole new life cycle over again. So again, if you have more than 5 per square foot, get a hold of your custom guy. He can come in and spray. But a field like this now, where they basically have done the damage and are gone, it's just not really worthwhile coming in the spray, because the spray costs so many dollars an acre, and it just simply is not worth it. But it's a new insect we've never seen, and we most definitely have to watch out for next year. All our eyes are going to be on where they overwinter and exactly what they do. So it's the army worm. Keep track of it. Watch your fields. Make sure your grass fields aren't disappearing. This field is an irrigated field. There's no reason for the field to look like this other than the army worms came in here and they basically took it down. So keep your eyes open. Walk your fields every couple of days. Take a look at your corn. Take a look at your grass. Make sure everything looks good, and then we can kind of keep track of these insects.